I have to admit, sometimes a lot of the plants on the market are pretty boring. And yet, occasionally, one or a few plants will appear on the market that really impress me. Their adaptability, their hardiness, their capacity to be used indoors, outdoors for screening. And this is one behind me. Can you guess what it is? This is Ficus longifolia, often sold as sabre tooth. I find that it's incredibly tough and resilient. I love this semi-weepy foliage, the long lanceolate type. It has a wonderful habit and can be pruned into a screen or a hedge. It will create a small tree, so if you do have patience and the space to allow it to grow to its full potential, let it do its thing. But I've seen so many cases in gardens where it's pruned and contained and looks fantastic. These are very well and adapted for growing in a pot, a large pot, for quite a number of years. I've seen them in hotels, resorts, in so many places. And it does really well on balconies and patios, which means it's perfect indoors and outdoors, whether it's in a protected spot or in a more open garden situation. It is a fig, which means it does love a little bit of extra TLC and water to make it really grow vigorously. But it's also resilient in that if you do virtually ignore it, it will look after itself and it'll slow down its growth speed and habit. Now, being a fig, its root systems might get a little bit invasive if you put it into an area where there are pipes and important infrastructure features. But I do recommend put it in a pot, leave it in a pot, grow it in a pot if you have a restricted space. This is one of my favorite plants. Currently, I've got it in a pot sitting on the ground and it's taken root. You have to be aware of that and be cautious not to let that happen if you have limited space. But in my case, I'm letting it grow a little bit bigger. I'm taking cuttings from this. It is one of my mother stock plants, so I can grow more plants. And eventually I will find a spot, because I do have acreage, I will find a spot and it will grow to a much better shape. It's also worth noting that the new growth has a wonderful slight color tone to it. And this adds a wonderful contrast to the overall effect of the plant. It gives the plant an extra little dimension, an interest to look at this plant when it's growing. Clip it, prune it, shape it to the ideal shape that you are after. Basically, let it branch as much as possible and prune it, which is what I do to encourage lateral branching and thickness. As I said, I really do like this plant. It is one of the favorite plants that I have got because I love this. Almost looks like a bamboo in some regards because of that foliage effect. But it's a beautiful textured plant. If you have the space, if you're looking for something a little bit different, if you're looking for a tough plant, a resilient plant, one that will adapt to a lot of different conditions, check out the Ficus longifolia, often sold as Sabre Tooth Fig. It's a beauty, and I like it because I can hack it, prune it, and keep it to shape under 3 meters. And I think it makes a beautiful screening plant if you did a hedge. But again, it's a fig. Be wary of the root system in case that is a concern to you. And that's your garden tip for today from Paul Plant Horticulture. If you have enjoyed this tip and the other tips that I give every single day, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Your support is greatly appreciated, and the more followers I get, the bigger I can grow this channel. Once again, thank you and happy gardening.